my excitement for the week was being that I had six groups of kindergartners back to back at IVC at that little pond we stopped at where the tadpoles are, and they're pulling out tadpoles and California newt larvae and damselfly larvae and toad tadpoles and frog tadpoles and water skeeters, and the last group, along comes a rattlesnake who wants to eat some frogs. And the kids were thrilled, and the parents were absolutely horrified.
Kathy, let's see, this is, they started at the Academy Summer of Slither, and they have big boa constrictors. They have lemon drop. He's an albino boa constrictor. He's yellow. He's very pretty. And he's only about 15 feet long, but they're getting a nice 30-foot one.
Great. Where are they getting these snakes?
Well, they're all over the world. I mean, these are from a zoo, and they're on loan to us, and we loan them things back. And so they do things like, especially with the penguins, we trade off penguins so we don't get inbreeding. But for animals that we breed, but they come from different places. They're on loan, which means that they have to be brought, and we have to make a cage for them. They have to be acclimatized. Like Lemon Drop's been there 2 months now, and he's been inside this cage out on the floor so we can get used to the sound of people. And now they're going to take the curtains off so we can see people. Now it's over.
So here we're starting up the hill. A long ways to go yet. There's a map of where we're going. We're right down here above Rodeo Lagoon, and we'll be going up here over to Wolf Ridge, back down the Miwok Trail, and eventually wind our way back to Rodeo. So here's Rodeo Lagoon, and I guess it's Fort Berry. So we're starting to head up the coastal trail. So when we've done this hike in the past, we've had completely fogged in weather, and today there's a lot of fog kind of hanging off the coast, and we've also had just blazing hot 90+ degree weather. And from here it's basically all uphill to the top of Hill 88. I'm not sure if we'll have fog up there when we get there or not. You can't even see the top of it from here. So I have a pretty good view from here down to Rodeo Lagoon, and I don't know if you can hear the fog signal way down at Point Bonita off in the distance there over that sort of saddle. There was a U.S. Army Nike missile installation here in the Marin Headlands back in the 60s. I'm not sure when they finally went out. This is one of the buildings from that installation. We'll be hiking up to Hill 88, where there was also a fire control center. Across the way here on the weekends you can come out and you can actually see one of the Nike missiles and the control center on the other side of Rodeo Lagoon. The purple plant that you see here is lupin, which we find growing along the coast here in these coastal areas, and sort of right in between these funny looking little kind of yellowish plants are rattlesnake grass. So here's that gun emplacement, Battery Towsley. And you can see Alan in there shooting some photos. So I'm going to walk through the gates now and walk through the battery. You can see some old iron doors here, probably where munitions were kept. And usually there are swallows in here. nesting. I don't know whether we'll see any today. Up here in the ceiling. Now we're out to the ocean where the guns could have probably fired many miles out to sea. You can see the front of the gun emplacement here.
And that's one where I don't do it down to species. It's the genus Nephalium, and I usually leave it at that.
So will we.
Am I in your picture, Dick?
Yes, you're supposed to be in my picture.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
Movies without people in it aren't too interesting.
Oh, no, we have plenty of those. No people.
No people. Shopped them out, huh?
Just cropped them out. They cropped out Hillary Clinton's face in that photo of them in that situation room.
Yeah.
The Hasids did. In Brooklyn, in the Brooklyn newspaper, they cut her face out. And the other one.
Really? Really?
It wasn't
They cut
supposed
it
to
out?
be there.
I could see Fox News doing that.
They cut it out?
So I call this the stairway to heaven. I guess if you're going down it, it's the stairway to hell. And you can see now we've climbed quite a distance. I don't know if we're up 400 feet or so, maybe above the ocean. And I think you can see that Nike building on the top there. Back all the way down to the lagoon.
Lady shakes, maiden's hair, nodding Isabel, quake grass, Quaker grass, Quakers, quaking grass, rattle baskets, rattle grass, shackle baskets, shackle boxes, shackle grass, shakers, shaking grass, shaky grass, shickle shacklers, shiver grass, shivering Jimmy, shivery shakes, shivery shakeries, shivery shakes, silver tassels, silver ginglers, silver shackles, silver shakers, silver shekels, torture grass. You could probably pick anything. Quaking Jimmy's is probably on there. Well, now we if Dick wants to be correct, he can be the doddering Dickies. Hi, Dick.
Hey.
Doddering Dickies.
Yes. Dwaddling. Dwaddling Dickie.
What's that? Are you taking a movie?
Yep. Gonna get up this really steep stretch here, and you think you're almost there, and then you turn around and look and realize that's where you're headed over there. More uphill. So now we're looking from back towards the ocean, panorama back from the ocean over Tennessee Valley, which is down below here, and we'll be hiking across the ridge on the other side or towards Mount Tam in the fall. We're looking over here, you can see there's a radio navigation beacon there for aircraft, and we're almost up to the top of it.
So do you think I'm better?
There were.
And we have arrived.
They painted over the meandering nose.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. We have a historic photo.
That looks nice though. You did a good job.
So we used to be able to sit under this thing here in the shade. There still is a little shade, although the top of it is gone now. two buildings are left, but the one on the far side over there used to have the Wandering Nomads painted on it. That's been painted over. All the junk in these buildings has been removed. Everything kind of cleaned up. I'll take a quick stroll across the summit here. That's the building we posed for the photo at the top of the meandering bog. There's to be up around some of these structures and all this junk around, and the thing that used to be on top of that, you know. Yeah, and what was left. So the question is there any view today? Is it all fog? Is it all fog?
Little thingies either to bite you, the stinging thingies.
Oh, I could see a little bit. This is Rodeo Lagoon. This will be our lunch stop. The sun that we had earlier is just about completely gone. It's actually quite chilly here now. So we head down the Miwok Trail. See, you can barely see that hill over there where the navigation beacon is. It's just about completely obscured. This was all in sunshine earlier. It's quite cool and windy. So here in the lee of the hill we have a variety of plants. We have ferns, this sort of little dandelion looking plant here, and then over here we've got succulents growing.
Some of these are a lot thicker than others, you know, so things went on really swimmingly for a long time. Yeah. And who knows what happened. Something happened.
See, we're going down really steep here, and then eventually we'll come up to this junction right about there and turn and head back downhill again. So this valley now is all just empty, open land, part of the Golden Gate National Recreation Area. But there was a plan to build a city here called Marancello, which would have had 30,000 some residents.
This is a garter snake.
A garter snake, huh?
Hi, sweetie.
So you just grabbed him behind the head?
Yeah, but you can grab him anywhere.
Now we're back at the lagoon here, and a very interesting phenomenon of all these straight lines the wind is creating, I guess, as it blows down the lagoon. So now we're nearly back to the ocean. You can actually see the beach down there at the very end. There's a series of army forts here from the eastern side of Marin here, and I couldn't remember which one this one was here at Rodeo Lagoon. I was thinking it was Fort Berry, but it's actually Fort Conquite. Conquite here in Berry, I guess, is in the middle, and Fort Baker is the one that's on the far eastern side of the Marin Headlands.